So, what is going on, guys? This is Ryan here.
And this is Other Ryan here.
And today we once again have another interesting theory for you all. But it's not just going to be me and Other Ryan today. We actually have a third guest.
Hey everybody, it's Razbowski here, and it's fantastic to be with both the Ryans here on their channel. So thank you very much, lads, for having me along.
That's all right, dude.
Cool.
It's good.
Awesome.
I was going to say, it's good having more than two, isn't it? Sometimes it gets three sets of eyes on the same thing. But what we're going to be talking about today is actually the Freddy hat on ScottGames.com, and if it has a little bit more significance towards the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people thought that this hat might have been the end to the franchise, but what if in fact this is a hint towards the film all along?
Yeah, because when the image first came up on ScottGames.com, it was right after the release of Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Everybody thought with the ending, it sort of tied up quite nicely into perhaps finishing off the franchise. But with the news coming out this week about a film, perhaps the hat in the spotlight is the bright lights of Hollywood, and this all along was a teaser for the film.
Yeah, I think that's a good point to raise. I mean, when I first saw the hat on the website, I think me and Other Ryan, we actually spoke about this for quite a while. It seemed really weird as like a business move, didn't it? The game kind of first came out, and then all of a sudden he's like, and the franchise ends. So everyone's like, all this hype for like the first 24 hours, and then it's just kind of dimmed down. So... I don't think it's too much coincidence for it to mean that it's the end of the franchise. It makes absolutely no sense that it could mean that.
Yeah, originally I think people thought that it was just the hinting towards Five Nights at Freddy's 4, and mainly because of the supposedly 4 in the beams of light, but yeah, I don't know. I think that's been debunked around about now.
I think that's way too speculative to actually be a confirmed, hint within the image.
Like Scott,
definitely,
he loves to put in these little hidden things for us, but that was too hidden. You had to there was a lot of effort involved to make this 4 show up. I don't think it was ever hinting towards that.
No, I mean, a lot of the community as well, they've started to kind of implement that there's a 4 in somewhere, and then they're trying to really grasp at anything now to find that there's going to be definitely another sequel. Like in the teaser trailer, there was apparently a 4 above Springtrap's head. But I think with this one, the hint isn't really hidden. It's kind of straight in front of our eyes, and the Freddy hat kind of represents it all, really, doesn't it, of what's really to come?
Yeah, I guess, well, we got to think, if this does represent the film, I mean, how long has Scott known about this? Is it just after this image was released that he was actually offered the film, or maybe even before this image was released, or maybe in the workings of Five Nights at Freddy's 3, but yeah, we're not too sure at the moment.
You mean in relation to kind of like the image being put on the website, and then maybe the request after said the image actually had nothing to relate to it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I think that seems way too coincidental that, such a striking image in the spotlight with Freddy's hat would just appear on the website so randomly without knowledge that there's going to be a film coming out. It makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, no, and that's why with this news coming out this week, it really does strike me and your guys that it is hinting towards something else. Like, the way the image was put up, we didn't really know what it was for. But now with the movie coming out, then it could be that could be Scott's first confirmation, first teaser for the film.
Yeah.
We don't know how much he's allowed to say on it because he has handed it over to Warner Brothers, but he might be allowed to tease it because he could plausibly deny that this is anything to do with it.
Yeah.
It just fits in quite nicely because the deal perhaps was maybe done when he put the image up, or at least to the point where he could probably try and tease it for us, because obviously you don't want to release information legally beforehand just in case it all falls apart. So maybe this is his first hint towards Freddy and the gang being on the big stage.
Yeah, I think it definitely seems plausible because thinking about it, when the image first went up, didn't all the text from the bottom actually get removed too? There wasn't, I can't remember exactly, but there wasn't anything as much as there is now. There's a lot more written there. Yeah, so it's kind of like, obviously, if he generally puts like a bulletin or something informative in the text section below, but the fact that he didn't with this image, maybe that's kind of relating into the topic that we was just talking about with, he can't reveal too much. So maybe the image was just there and it kind of said enough. And maybe, I don't know, maybe he kind of wanted it to almost spark this idea that the franchise might end, to build, the publicity back up. And then when it's released that there's a movie coming out, this image gets a whole new light, quite literally.
I was just thinking that maybe, do you guys think that Scott will actually release like teaser images as the film's being made, if you know what I mean, just like he done with the game, to build up the hype? He might do that if he does have the rights that we're talking about, but it'll be awesome if he could somehow like drop in hints off his website as well, like little images here and there.
Yeah, I think, well, he should do, really. I mean, he's done it with all the other games. He's always teased things. He's always kept us kind of eager to find out what it is. And, well, this kind of feels like, if this is a movie hint, then definitely, I think there's definitely going to be some teaser images we're going to be seeing over the next couple of months.
Like, it's a very clever way of keeping the hype going as well, because we don't know what he's going to be doing with the game side of things anymore. But with the confirmation of the film, I think it would be foolish for Warner Brothers to not let him do what he's doing, because it's just extra advertising for them, for him, for the film in general. It would be smart for him to put stuff up.
Well, me and Ryan was actually saying, because when you can actually sell the rights to something, you can sell only a set amount of rights. Maybe he sold the rights to just make the movie, but he's kept the rights for him to be able to produce games on this franchise. So fingers crossed that is the case, and he hasn't completely sold out the franchise, because obviously it's Scott's kind of unique elements that he puts into these games, which really drives them, and it keeps the fans at bay, because, you know, he knows exactly what everyone wants to see now. And if someone else was to come on, maybe like even a AAA kind of company, and just bombard it with jump scares and make them really obvious like all the games do nowadays, it probably won't have the same unique feel that he's been kind of able to achieve throughout all of the series so far.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure he's a smart man. You can tell from the games and the way he's conducted himself over the last year. I mean, the guy's been incredibly successful. So I don't think he would have sold the game rights. He's probably sold the names and the images and the story side of things. But I'm sure he would have kept the rights to continue making material. Yeah.
I suppose the last question in this video to propose is, what does the hat actually mean? Does it mean, I don't know, is it a hint towards which establishment the movie is going to be based in? Does it have any relevance to the movie at all? I mean, it's like, are we going to see the rest of the gang? Where are they? It's like, there's so many questions that are going around right now. What do you guys think? Which establishment do you think this is going to be based in, if any at all?
I personally believe just to get new people involved into the storyline, because like I said in a previous video, some people don't even know about the existence of Five Nights at Freddy's. So I reckon it'll be based within the first establishment, just to get the audience kind of, you know, aware of the story itself. I mean, I don't know if there'll possibly be a trilogy of films. I highly doubt it, but I reckon the first establishment would probably be the best one.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree.
Because you've got that's where all the story first kicked off, with the Purple Man, the first murder, and if you are, as you say, it's got to appeal to everybody. This has got to appeal like a canvas sort of blanket effect. It's got to appeal to everybody, otherwise the film won't be a success. So having it find out what happened with the children when they got murdered, the most exciting part of it would be the Purple Man's journey, probably.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. I'm more interested to see who they're going to kind of side within the movie. Whose perspective are we going to see this behind? The Night Guards, maybe the Purple Mans, or how about more than one? Maybe we're going to see it from multiple perspectives. And
I remember seeing a suggestion from a subscriber saying that, what if it was like a found footage kind of film? That'd be insane.
Actually, because the cameras, and it's always kind of like you're rolling with the camera, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is an interesting point.
That is good, especially because if you've got perhaps somebody's looking through old tapes at some point. For the security footage in the building, somebody's going through them, because that would be a nice way to call back to the games as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Wow, that's a great point, yeah. So that was a pretty intense discussion about the hat having some significance for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Once again, thank you, Razbowski, for joining us on this video.
Thank you for having me along. It's an absolute pleasure. It's I love talking about Five Nights at Freddy's stuff.
No, the pleasure's ours, man. All right, guys, so if you did enjoy, be sure to like the video on both ours and Raz's video. And hey, if you're new around here to both our channels, be sure to subscribe. So yeah, thank you very much for watching the video, guys, and we will, of course, see you on the next one on all of our channels.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye.